Hi, my name is Shelly. I'm not very good with introductions, and making videos is still fairly new to me, so I'm going to let this help me out. This is my new channel, Sew Crafty. It's a channel that I am dedicating simply to my love for sewing and what I'm learning as I teach myself. It's been a fun process. I'm a die-hard scrapbooker, and it's been cool to kind of tie the two hobbies together. I'm actually, like right there, I'm obsessed with sewing. It's been really fun. But today I'm just going to show you a little bit about my craft area, what I've been doing, and some of the tools that I have found that make things a lot easier. If you're a self-taught sewer, I hope that I can help you simply by taking you along with my journey. We can learn something together. Are you still reading this? It's long, isn't it? Got some 80s music going on in the background, just something to keep me busy. You may hear a couple dogs barking. My husband in the background, maybe. Alright, let's get started. Right now my sewing is kind of done in the front room, simply because I'm moving my house around and my craft room is in 4 different spots as I make new space. When I get my space finished, I'm going to have a lot of different fixtures. I really like this spinning fixture for my fat quarters, smaller remnant style pieces. This one I just brought downstairs, so this is the stuff that I'm working with right now. I'm starting a new pattern. This is McCall's. It's a swimsuit. Here's a remnant. I always keep this sheet that tells me that not only the price, because I like to know how much things cost me once I've finished creating them. I like to keep them because it tells me the yardage. And every once in a while I'll tell you different things about the fabric, but this is a really cool stretchy kind of spandex style that'll go great with the pattern that I'm making. And with this piece of material I'm going to be able to make this little suit here along with a little sarong cover up, and then also the edges of a little hat. I always keep an awl. You never know when you're going to need one, and I find myself actually using this awl quite a bit in my sewing. Again, here's more remnants. I always have patterns out. This is a big roll of freezer paper. Sometimes if I'm starting a new pattern and I don't really want to cut it down because I want to use multiple sizes, I'll just simply lay out my freezer paper and then trace the pattern, keeping sure to write in all the notches, different things like that. Always keeping a Sharpie around when you're sewing is a good idea. This is just an old machine, but I love it. It's in this cabinet. I picked it up on Facebook Buy Sell Trade. I bought it for 40 bucks, but right now it's covered. I didn't worry too much about cleaning up before I made this video, simply because this truly is how I create. There's things everywhere. It's just a jumble, but I know where everything is, and that's kind of how most people craft. You just gotta make a little space for it. But things are being moved around in my house right now, so I have still managed to find myself a little space where I can get some things done. This is my little beagle puppy. Her name is Cherry Garcia. And one thing in my craft room, or wherever I'm crafting, there's always a furry little friend to visit with. And you can see here where I'm going to take this armoire and turn it into a craft armoire, and this china hutch is going into a different room. Always in a state of movement. But I'll show you a couple things that have really made some good changes in how I craft, and that's buying big pieces of furniture that help me organize. So this was one of the first pieces I bought. It's just a secretary type dresser. This opens up. Even though I've only been sewing a couple months, I've amassed quite a bit of patterns. And I have them all in order of men, women, children, costume, hobby, just different things like that. I always keep interfacing. I keep a heavier weight, lightweight. Whenever it goes on sale, I just pick some up because you always need to have that. I'll show you the weirdest thing in my craft room right now, or my craft space. This is a duct tape dress form that I made of my little girl, and that allows me to sew late at night, and I'm still able to get a good fit. So it's kind of odd, but I love it. And I'll talk more about that later on. Right now I'm just showing you some tools that I really like to use. I always keep fiber fill. These are some little outfits that I've already made. This is an awesome set of sewing machine feet that I bought off of eBay. Just keep everything together in there. My main machine is a Singer Futura. It is a sewing and embroidery machine. I love it. And I also use a serger. I use a Singer Perfect Finish. Even though I'm still new at sewing, I think that having the sewing machine along with the serger and learning them both, it's allowed me to create better quality things, and it's fun when you have all the tools. Even if I didn't have the serger, you can go online and learn how to do overlocking and different stitches with your sewing machine. So you don't necessarily need to have them. It just makes things easier. This is something that I picked up for threads, and it allows me to use my bigger cone threads with my machine. And also if I'm embroidering with many different colors, this is just going to allow me to switch those colors over. Let's see. This is a project that I'll be working on. These are just pieces of foam. I always buy them on sale because just these little pieces were $9.99 each, but I got them 50% off, and I always use a 25% off coupon of total purchase whenever they have them. And these are some fabrics that I'm going to reupholster some dining room chairs with. Love my sewing form, dress form, mannequin, whatever you want to call them. It's always good to have multiple pins, and I didn't know until recently that pins actually have different purposes and different thicknesses and type of heads, and they allow you to either iron over something or instantly pull out. So I'm actually learning about pins. I never thought that would happen. You always want to have music, something going on to keep you busy. Invest in a good cutting mat, because using a rotary blade will save you so much time and keep your lines straight. Even if you don't have the funds to get one of these bigger mats, they sell these, and they're good for laying out your patterns, cutting different things out. Some places they're $19.99. Hancock Fabrics always has them for $9.99, which is a good price. Here's some things going on at my house. I had 2 of these made to measure my children's growth. They're just wooden growth charts, but they're pretty cool. I like it. This is leftover from the holidays. I am very much into crafts, so this was during my wreath kick, but that was pretty fun. Again, I keep a lot of fat squares, different fabrics on hand, so that if I ever need a quick gift, I can throw together a onesie with some strips of fabric, something to change up the decoration. Electric scissors. They're actually pretty useful, and they help you cut through fabric so fast. These are just 2 different brands. You'll see I have multiples of a lot of things because some things are used, like this one I'll use for paper, and this one I'll use for fabric. You really don't want to use the same scissors for your paper and your fabric. I always keep brand new washed t-shirts, because with one t-shirt I can cut out a child's onesie, I can cut out full outfits. My father passed away last year, and I'm able to make outfits out of his t-shirts for my children, and it is just a nice memory for them. Here's just more remnants. I'm going to take you over to my, are you dizzy? This is my sewing bag, and this has all the tools that I use. Let's just go through it. It's always good to have a lot of different threads. Again, I buy everything on sale with coupons. This has been really good to have. Since I do have an embroidery machine, I'll pick up multiple packs of Brilliant threads whenever I can. I separate my cone threads. That's my dogs. I have other dogs. They're in a kennel. They're shaking around. I keep my cone threads separated by color. Since my serger uses 4 threads, I typically buy them in 4s. You don't have to use all 4 of the same color on your serger, just so you know. I just tend to do it because I'm kind of weird like that. My bag of elastics. If you ever see elastics on sale or little cheap packs, pick them up and buy them, because that is something you will always use if you do get into sewing. Like this, it was $1.29, but since I got it at Tuesday morning, it's only 49 cents. I separate a lot of things in Ziploc bags. It just makes it easier. Again, here's more interfacing. There's all different kinds, different brands. Always keep a lot of that. Keep a lot of ribbons and trimmings.